Welcome to part 2 of Rwanda. Anyway, where did we stop? We stopped when I checked out in the hotel and I got another Airbnb, and actually that Airbnb was, I think it was $35. At that point I was ready to pay any amount of money because I was tired of the saga, disorganizement. Like, I just wanted to start like recording videos. I wanted to start exploring. Imagine, mind you, that is like day 2 in Rwanda. I haven't done anything. Like, I'm just moving up and down, hotel to hotel, this and that. So I was like, anyway, let me just book this Airbnb, and it's nice. So I book it, I go, and the good thing is that this lady spoke English. So I talked to her on phone. I was like, do you mind giving me directions? Because sometimes like Airbnbs in Africa, like directions are not clear, so you're better off like calling the host to give you like real directions or to direct you a little bit. And so she was like, no, it's okay, I'm gonna send you a taxi, I'm gonna pick you up. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, that's amazing. And then I remember I paid something like $10 for the taxi. The taxi took me to the Airbnb. I checked in. Yeah, I remember I checked in at around, because even she was like, you can check in at 1, you know, I don't have any guests, you can check in at 1. I was like, okay, cool. So I checked in at 1, the taxi came and picked me up. I checked in at 1, the checking in was very good, and she had this lovely lady who was working there. Yeah, we used to communicate a little bit. Like, she didn't speak English, but I tried my best. We communicate, we talked, you know, because I booked that Airbnb for like 4 days. Yeah, 4 days. Yeah, I think three days, because I traveled from Rwanda back to Uganda on Saturday for 3 days. Everything was so cool. It was in a safer area. The area was next to the police station and all that. Yeah, it was so amazing. Like, I just love the area. The Airbnb, when I arrived there, I was like, oh, this is so amazing. It was so cozy. The bed was so comfortable. The bathrooms were so nice. The showers were amazing. Like, it was clean. Like, it's one of the places that you want to stay, like, after all that saga and drama. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. So day 3, very early in the morning, this lady, the caretaker or the maid, she comes and she's like, Josey, you know what, my boss wants to talk to you about something. I'm like, okay. I'm like, why does she want to talk to me? I paid her everything. I don't own her anything. The lady calls me, we talk, and then she's like, Josey, I need a favor from you. I want you to check out at around 8 a.m. because I have guests that are gonna be checking in at 10. Then I'm like, okay, so what? You know, sometimes you have to be kind to people, you know. Not just because you're their clients, you're paying your money, but sometimes you just have to be kind, you know. And that's one of the things that I have, you know, like, because at some point I put myself in their shoes. I'm like, imagine I'm in her shoes and I'm owning a business, and you know how business are, guys. Sometimes, most especially those Airbnb business, like, sometimes you get a lot of guests, sometimes you don't get anything. So it's like, sometimes it's like a one-time shot in a month, or, you know, you know how it works, you know, for the people who have like Airbnb businesses or hotel business, any business, you know. So I was like, sawa, I have no problem, I'll do that. Like, I can check out at 8. But mind you, the day she's telling me to check out at 8 is the day that I have to travel back to Uganda, and I'd already booked my bus. My bus is at 6 p.m. in the evening, so I have to wait from 8 up to 6. I was like, anyway, in my heart I was like, anyway, it's a nice place, I can chill outside. It had a very nice, beautiful compound where you can go and sit. I was like, I can go and sit there, like I can leave my bags in the house, maybe walk around, go do some shopping and all that. Okay. And then I went, I did my things that day, and then very early in the morning, at around what time? It was at 6:30. This girl comes knocking on my door. Do. I open, and then like, my boss is like, if it's okay with you to check out at 7, because I have to clean. I want to remove the bed sheets right now. I'm like, oh my god. That's when I was like, now something is off. Something is off. You know, at 7, you told me at 8, I accepted. This girl comes at around 6:40, knocking at my door, telling me that at 7 the boss told her to come and remove the bed sheets. And then I asked her, like, do you have only one bed sheets? And then she's like, yes, we only have one bed sheets. I'm like, seriously? How can you own a business, a hotel business, actually an Airbnb, and you tell me that you have one bed sheets for the guests? Are you normal? Which kind of business are you running? Mind you, I'm paying $35. Go and buy bed sheets on that money. I'm like, you know, me sometimes I like taking things easy in life. Like I most especially, like, I don't like stressing with people. You know, I don't like shouting with people. I don't like stressing myself at this point of life. Like, I'm like, I don't want to stress myself with this lady, you know. Even I didn't call her. I just kept quiet. I packed my things. Mind you, I had to pack things rushing. So, good enough. At around 7:30, I was having my tea outside at the veranda. And then I see the lady coming with the husband. My beautiful, like, you guys, like, the lady was beautiful. The lady, like, you know, these kind of people that you see, you give respect. You be like, anyway, she was, I don't know even how to explain it, but you understand what I'm talking about. There are these people that come to you for the first time. You'll be like, she's a reasonable person, she's understanding and all that, you know. She comes, she talks to me, she's like, where are you from? I'm like, I'm from Uganda. And then she's like, I've been in Uganda, I've lived in Uganda for like, she was like 5 years, 6 years. She started in Uganda. And then she was like, where are you from? I'm like, I'm from Fort Portal. And then she's like, I've lived in Fort Portal, you know. So I'm like, Bambi, this lady, you know, like, she understands the situation of moving to another country which is not your country, you know. And then she's like, I'm a Ugandan. I'm like, Anyway, to cut the story short, I talked to her, and then I asked her, I was like, is it okay to leave my bags here? Like, I'm not gonna be here. I was like, I'm gonna leave the house at 10, if it's okay with you. Then I'll come back at 4 or 3 and pick my bags, you know. I just want to leave them here. So by the time she came, I'd put my bags in the living room, you know, like as on her side. And then she came, she was like, she if you see how she did, she was like, you remove your bags, extend them the other side. Then I was like, I was like, this lady, like, are you for real? You came and kicked me out of my room at 7 a.m. and then I'm just asking you to put my bags like in the, like, just to keep my bags, and then you just found them like there, and then you're just telling me to throw them away. And then I did what she asked, because it's not my house, you know. I removed my bags, I put them on the side where she told me to put them, and yeah, I chilled a little bit. And then after, I was like, I told the girl, the maid, I told her, but the maid was so sweet. Like, she was so sweet. She was a sweetheart. And then I told her, I'm going to go to town, because actually I wanted to go to the market and buy some souvenirs. And maybe after, I was like, I'll go and have like some lunch, you know, because I was like, if I go at 10, then walk around the market, then I think by 1 I'll go to maybe to a restaurant, eat some food. So my estimated time to come back was around 3. So I went to the market. So when I went to the market, I went like at around 10. I bought souvenirs and I had carried less money, you know, like I wanted to come back, like get my ATM card, go and withdraw some money. So that makes me come back to the house. My dear friends, I found hey, I found my bags outside in a random room in a I don't know, like I don't know, like in a random room. Imagine my passport, my ATM cards, my camera, my everything is in that bag. Everything was in that bag. Everything. Imagine. Like, madam told me to put them in that room, to throw them in that room. I'm like, what did she say? She was like, I should throw them in that room, that your checkout time is done, that you should leave and go. And I'm like, I just asked that lady like a few hours ago if I can stay, leave my bags here, then after I'll go. I'm like, what? And then I was like, okay. So I was like, that is it okay if like you just put them in your room at least? Because the girl was sleeping outside, like she had like a boys' quarter, something like that, so she was sleeping there. And then the girl didn't do bad. She did the same. Like she helped me put them in her room. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna come back in 1 hour. I went. I had food, and then I came back after 1 hour. Oh, guys, you're not gonna believe it. My bags were at the gate. My bags were at the gate. And then the girl was like, she called me, she was calling me all day, asking me that, have you left and everything. I was like, what did I, in my heart I was like, what did I do to this lady? Guys, I was so, it was so bad. Like, that's why even like, I'm like, seriously? Like, do people here, is that how people here act? Imagine owning a business, and you know that you're, guys, let me tell you, if you're a business owner, especially if you're owning an Airbnb or a hotel, don't treat people as garbage. Don't do that. I was so shocked. I was in shock. I was like, oh my God, people have rotten hearts in this world. Imagine a bag which is not going to destroy any of your thing, a bag which is not gonna rob you. It's just a material that is in your house that is gonna get out like in few hours. Not that even my bags were looking bad. Like I had a very nice bag, like, you know, these nice backpack bags, you know, not that even if a guest comes we would run away from it. It was a very beautiful bag. Not that even it was smelling. No. I was like, people have rotten hearts. Imagine someone doing that to you. Like Rwandan people are so reserved. I don't know even how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it. I feel like they don't have, we call it in Runyako, they call it amagara. In Ruto we call it engonzi. They don't have love. Because in this life you have to have love for people, you know. There are these people who don't have love for people. Even if someone comes in your house, you don't even show love. It's, for me, that was enough for me, you know, because everything I went through, it was either hotel, like in houses, but outside people were okay. Like some people were okay actually. Like those girls that I interviewed, actually they were actually fun. Some people were okay, but I would say that most people in Rwanda are reserved. Like people are so reserved, you know. I used to hear stories about Rwandan people like there and there, but I used to be like, no. But my dear, if you get intact with a Rwandan person, like who doesn't love people, oh, you're gonna face it rough. If you're Rwandan and watching this, I'm sorry. That's what I went through. It's a bad luck on me, you know. Like sometimes when you travel, like I don't know, like you end up with bad people, you know. But I know that everyone is not like that. But I would say that some people in Rwanda like are so reserved and they are not open to people, you know. So that, my dear friends, that's what happened to me. That's what the lady did to me. So that left me in shock. So I had to leave. Actually, I had to leave. Like when I found my bags at the door, like this lady was like, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, it's my boss. Is the one, like, she has been calling me all day asking me, has that lady left? Has that lady left? I want her to leave right now. I want her to leave right now. My dear, I was in that house from, even when I went back in the evening at 4, I didn't see any guest in my room. I didn't see any guest in my room. I don't know what I did to her. Like, I think I don't know. Like, some people are just weirdos, you know? Have you ever slept in a weird a house for a weirdo? Like, some people are just weirdos, and I feel like some people don't love people, you know? And me, I find it weird. Like, if you don't, most especially, like, there is something in life that we need to learn. Like, that taught me a lesson that whenever, like, you have a business, most especially if you have a hotel business, if you have an Airbnb business, if you're planning to have a resort business, you have to be one of the people that loves people, I'm telling you. Because if you don't love people, you can't manage running those businesses. Because how are you going to run it? How are you going to run it if you don't love people? Because of course, it's a business. It's the people that come to you. They're not animals. And you have to be empathetic, you know, like you have to put yourself in people's shoes, you know. Like, for example, if someone tells you that, help me with this, I don't know where this is, can you take me to the mall and everything, please. You're dealing with people if you have such businesses. And I don't know, like, some people forget about that. People who open up such businesses forget about that. Anyway, that's what happened to me. Like, the lady kicked me out of her house. I don't know what I did to her, but she just kicked me out of the house, like throwing my bags at the gate. And then in my heart I was like, even like I wrote a review on her Nini, like, page on Airbnb. I was like, what if my things got lost? Like, seriously, guys, everything was in there. My passport, my ATM cards, my everything, my cameras, my laptop, everything was in that bag. I wrote a very bad review. I really wrote a bad review for her. And then after, she comes and asks me to follow me on Instagram, and I'm like, why are you a snake? Why are you a snake? You throw me out of your house and then you try to be my friend on Instagram? Are you normal? Anyway, guys, that was my saga in Rwanda. Like, that's why even I spent a week in Rwanda. Like, the whole week I was in a saga. The only time that I rested were those 3 days. Even my last day, my first day was a saga and my last day was a saga. So I think whenever you go to a country and your first day is a saga, just to know your last day is gonna be a saga. And you're not gonna get peace in that country. Like, you're not gonna feel welcomed. But anyway, I don't wanna offend Rwandese or anything, you know. Like, I have a lot of friends from Rwanda, and I have family from Rwanda, but they live in Uganda. But hey, hopefully you've enjoyed this episode of Rwanda.